Hello, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about 4 things that you should do before actually starting architecture school. Those are things that I wish I would have done before joining architecture and are certainly things that would have helped me produce much better work by now, and they will definitely give you a head start. First of all, for those who don't know me, my name is Lola. I'm an architecture student in London, and in this channel I talk a little bit about what I've learned so far, as well as tips and tricks and how architecture has changed the way I see things. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely stick around. I think the first and most obvious thing is sketching. Sketching is going to be essential. You don't need to be good at it at all, but you need to understand that you will have to do it. A lot of people think that you have a lot of maths in architecture, but in reality you just have a lot of sketching. And if you enjoy doing it, it's going to make for a much more interesting project, as well as if you have your ideas sketched on paper, it's so much easier to just transport it into a software and do the minor changes there or anything that you need to change there. But when you're trying to create something in a software, it's just so difficult because there's so many possibilities that you end up doing nothing. And actually, softwares were the second thing that I wanted to talk about. I started with Adobe Illustrator and I could have not made a better choice. Adobe Illustrator is one of the easiest softwares to learn. And once you learn Illustrator, you'll easily transfer the same skills to Photoshop and InDesign. The tools are similar, the workspaces are similar, and Illustrator is just generally industry standard for drawing and designing anything. I actually have a really basic tutorial on Illustrator. It was one of my first videos, so it's slightly cringe, so watch at your own risk. But I do give out a lot of basic information that you're gonna need to go around Illustrator. And good news is Adobe has a free trial. You don't have to pay for anything, so definitely do the trial and get familiar with those softwares. Even if you don't make anything at first, it's really good to get familiar with the tools and the things that you can do in those softwares. And 3D softwares, unless you're really interested in it, I wouldn't recommend you going and diving straight into 3D softwares because they're like monsters. You can do so much in them that it can put you off at first, like it did to me when I started using Rhino, because there's just so much you can do and you need to type in commands and you need to know everything. I personally use Rhino at university, and it is the software that they kind of made us use. So I wouldn't recommend you going out and trying any 3D software unless you know which one you're gonna specifically use, because I thought that I was gonna be able to use any, and now they're kind of pushing us towards Rhino. We have tutorials and everything on Rhino, so yeah, I would definitely recommend you start with the 2D ones. Adobe is perfect. It will allow you to do a lot of things. So you're gonna be able to draw something on Illustrator and edit your photos on Photoshop and put a nice presentation together on InDesign, which is really all you need in the beginning. And that leads to number 3, which is presentation skills. Present as much as you can in school. You're gonna present all the time, like at least once or twice a month. You're gonna have a big presentation in front of 100 people. Sometimes there's guests that come to see you, and you need to know how to present because that makes or breaks your project. I also have another video on presentations, and those are really the best tips that I could give anyone for presenting anything. So definitely go and watch it before you start university. I'm drained, I need to. And 4th, which is observe. Architecture is the only form of art that you can't escape from. You can choose not to watch a movie and you can choose not to go to the museum, but you cannot choose not to see a building. So observe. Things that are interesting to you right now are likely to still be interesting to you a year from now. So take photos, sketch if you want. Those details will be really important in your concepts, and they will be really important in discovering your style and what you like and what you don't like. And that will help you be more curious about the subject overall. That curiosity, that drive is really what is going to teach you. In university, nobody is going to take your hand and teach you things. You have to do most of the learning by yourself, and that is by doing things and by noticing things and by sitting in a space and jotting down everything that you can see. Architecture school has been an amazing experience to me so far, so I'm wishing you the best of luck, and I hope you enjoy it too. Let me know how it goes in the comments below, give it a like, and if you're going to architecture school, stick around, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I keep slapping my microphone.